Hi everyone, this is Laura, and today I have a double page 12 by 12 layout that I'm going to share with you. And this project is going to be my entry for Heather, whose ideas to come here on YouTube. She's having a Purplelicious birthday party giveaway challenge. Yeah, she is. And she is giving anyone who goes to her store and purchase something in her store 8 extra entries, guys. 8. Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm going to have a link to her channel and her store in my description box below. And if you guys want to go and check her out, um, I sure hope you do and show her a little love and support. That would be awesome. Um, so let me share with you real quick, and I will have the link to the giveaway challenge in the description box below. Um, Only thing I can remember off the top of my head is you had to be a subby. International subbies are welcomed for this one. You also gain a few entries just for doing a video response, creating a project, anything you want, and it has to have purple flowers, lace, and bling. And you don't have to mail it into her, but if you do, you're going to get some extra entries for that as well. Okay, so that being said, I want to share with you real quick what I did here. And guys, I am not going to buy another mat anytime soon. I have bought 3 in total so far this year. I am a crafter. My mat, I do everything on my mat. It gets nasty. It gets busy. Um, I clean it. It is clean. But these little battle scars are just not going to go away. So, if when looking at my videos, um, it offends or bothers, I do truly apologize for that. But I don't have a paper large enough to cover my whole craft mat for now. And so I'm just um, doing the best with what I have. And I'm not going to be a slave to that anymore. I refuse. So I'm not buying any more of these craft mats. Mine is perfectly fine. It works well. It's just very weathered because I do a lot of paints and glimmer misting on my projects. And um, I don't always reach my craft mat. And sometimes it just gets beat up. Even when I clean it, I don't know if you can tell over here, but all the white lines are coming off from how much I do scrub it. So, that being said, I am sorry for that if it bothers anyone. But, you know, a dirty desk is a happy crafter desk, right? Anyways, so let me share with you real quick. I have a double page layout, and this is of my little girl, Leanne. And the title of this is Even Though I Don't Like Hats. And I'm going to share with you a little story about these 2 photos. They're both 5 by 7. My layout is 12 by 12. When she was younger, and this picture is about, I want to say 6 years old. When she was a lot younger, and this is probably when she was about 6, 7 years old, she had this thing with hats. She just hated hats. And her sister, who was her twin, loved hats. And her sister had asked me forever, Mommy, can I please get a pair of cowboy boots and a cowgirl hat? She wanted cowgirl hats and cowgirl boots so badly. I went to a store with my girlfriend one day, saw the hat and boots, and picked them up. Well, Leanne, who's this young lady right here, saw the hat and was like, ew, what an ugly hat. Why do girls wear hats? Hats are for boys, they're not for girls. And she went on and on and on and on. Now, this little girl, let me tell you, ever since she's been 2 years old, the minute she sees a camera, she's posing. So I told her, you've never worn a cowgirl hat. How do you know you don't like it? Maybe if you try one on, you'll feel differently. She's like, nope, I'm not putting that on my head. And I'm sure if she could have said a few little choice words, she would have said, heck no. That's how adamant she was about not wearing hats. I leave the bedroom. I come back a little while later because she's awfully quiet. And all us mothers know out there that when your children are really super quiet, it usually means nothing good is going on, right? I walk into the bedroom, and what do I find? My baby girl posing in the hat that she says she couldn't stand. So I grabbed my camera and decided to start taking photos. Well, as soon as she saw my camera, the little girl who didn't like hats, all of a sudden started posing. So that's why I gave it the title, Even Though I Don't Like Hats. Because even though she doesn't like those hats, she sure loved them for the moment that she was in front of that camera. All right, so that's enough of a little background on my photo. Let's start with the layout. And like I said, this is 2 pages, 12 by 12. My photos are 5 by 7. I distressed everything on this layout with Seedless Preserves, which is one of my distressings by Tim Holtz. I used, I believe it was 3 border punches for these layouts. I used and I don't know the name of this one. I'm sorry. I forgot to write it. I would happen to pull 3 of the punches that I don't have the names to. I've been writing the names down on all of them, but it's this one, and I think it's the scallop doily, but I'm not absolutely sure. I also used this one right here, which is a deep edge punch, one of my favorites. And the other punch I used, which I do have see, some of them I did, Monarch Butterflies Trim. That's what this one is called. And it's also a very deep edge punch. And this actually creates a trim border that I put here. I absolutely love, love, love this punch. I thought I had a little extra piece here to share with you, but I don't see it. And now I don't know. I think I might have used it on the project, actually. I thought I had a little piece. It might be on the next page as a layout. But anyways, on the top here, you will see one of those border punches. And then here's the Monarch Butterfly Trim one. To that, I added a whole bunch of flat back pearls. These are all chipboard elements. I have a little label here, 3 stars, a heart, and a swirl. Some of these are by Maya Road. I think this star and this star. And some of these are from a Stampin' Up chipboard set that I bought many, many, many moons ago from a lady I used to work with who was a Stampin' Up rep. Back here is where I will do my journaling. And this amazing stamp set is by Little Yellow Bicycle, which is this one right here. And guys, I don't know if you can tell, and maybe it's because it was very late and I was working in the dark, but you see these little specks here? Well, I didn't realize it at the time, but that's actually giving it that nice, pretty, distressed, grungy look. I thought last night when I was stamping this that I kept making a mistake. And do you know that I stamped this out like 6 times before I realized that's part of the stamp? I thought I kept making boo-boos while stamping, and that's why it was coming out so splotchy. No, the splotchy is actually part of the cue of this set. And I just wanted to share with you. See, it's the exact same splotch. If that was a boo-boo, that would not have been there like that. So FYI, if you get the stamp set, you are not going crazy. It's not you. It is the stamp set. It does make those little splotchy things, which I absolutely love and adore and appreciate now. I wish I would have known that last night. Well, anyways, I just stamped out a journal card, and I have this sentiment which says, "This kid," and I have a little green brad, so that because I can write a lot, so I won't run out of space when I tell her my story of her and that hat. To the chipboard elements you see on the page. Oh, I forgot. I also have a little heart right there. I sprayed them all with my Lindy's and Glimmer Mist sprays. I used the Witch's Potion, and I used a teal green one and a few other colors, and I mixed them all up. And I am so sorry that the camera is not picking up totally on the colors, but it is purple with a hint of green. I have these lavender rhinestones in the centers of each. To this particular chipboard, I actually took my Spellbinders labels die, and that is this one right here. Oopsies, the glare. I'm so sorry. That is, I believe it's this one right here, and that's that one right there. And I just did that with the green cardstock. To that, I stamped Fashion Statement, and that comes from this stamp set right here that was gifted to me by my sister, like this. So I can't even tell you who made this stamp set because I have no idea, but I think it might be Autumn Leaves, but don't quote me on that one, guys. On the bottom here, as you can see, this paper is by Ciao Bella from Die Cuts with a View. And this paper is embossed and has so much beautifulness to it, and it has so much glitter and sparkle. I really didn't want to do much to the bottom of it, although I did see this, and what I did here is I cut this out with my X-Acto knife just so I can kind of hide the photo inside the big wings, and I won't lose this part of the paper. I decided to just, and it's really thick cardstock, guys. There was no reason for me to layer this on another piece of cardstock just because I wanted to cut this out. So what I did instead was, after I fussy cut that with my craft knife, and let me show you a little trick I know. I took some Scotch tape and I taped that down so that it will hold my photo in place, but also, because I already have adhesive on the photo, I'm not too concerned about that. I put the tape here more so that when I put it in my photo album, these pieces will not get caught on anything while putting in the album. It makes it go in smooth and slick, so that if you guys ever decide to cut into one of your layouts and you don't want to have so many layers of papers, you can try that. Just put some tape on the back of it. Now to the bottom of the photo here, I used a whole bunch of different stamps for this banner and this banner. I used another stamp set that I don't have any idea who made it, because again, she sent it to me just like this, but the one that says Picture Perfect and XOXO, that came from this stamp set. Again, I don't know who makes this. I'm so sorry. And this one I really have no clue, but I love them. They stamp beautifully, and I have them in a binder, so they will work really nice. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but I have all kinds of bling there. I have this beautiful Prima flower that I had in my stash, and that's part of this Prima set here. And they're called, and these are really, really old, guys. These are called I can't even read this. Eclactine. I hope I'm reading that right. I just can't see it. It's not that I can't read it. I also use one of my Prima. Oh no, that's the next page. I'm so sorry. I have some wild orchid. I have a little, I think this is a daisy. I'm not even sure. and some of those sweetheart blossoms. I have these tiny, teeny lavender rosebuds that I just bunched up together with some string and glued it down to that chipboard. This leaf and this leaf and this little bunch of leaves here, that all came from my Spellbinders foliage die set. And I don't know if you guys have seen that die set before, so I'll just share that with you. And this, and this is what I used for this layout. And then over here, I have a Kaisercraft wood dress form embellishment. Um, Again, I don't know if you can see that, but I wrapped these closed bud roses around the dress form. And I also distressed it with milled lavender. And then I also put a little leaf on there and some more bling. And that's pretty much that page right there. And then for the next page, oh yeah, that was the little piece I was looking for. I did use it on here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is actually what that border trim looks like. Oh, this came up. I have to glue that back down. And what I love about this is you can use as much of it as you want. You can cut them apart or use them together as a trim. For the top of this layout, again, I used that border trim. I put little baby white flatback pearls to that border strip. Underneath that, I distressed the doily lace punch out and did this border in lime green. To the right, I have some chipboard pieces. This little bird here, this was from Stampin' Up, as was this heart. And I glimmer misted them and distressed them. This little corner treatment here, this is also a stamp set, and it says too cute. I did that also in the seedless preserves, and then I did a fishtail banner treatment to the corners. Now that stamp is also by Little Yellow Bicycle, and it's one of those corner journal stamps. I think I have it here. And this is what that looks like. And then you can just use these little, and this is the one I used, the one that says too cute. I distressed it, I stamped it, and then I just made little fishtails at the end. Again, more of the Prima flowers, wild orchids, more of the die cuts from that Spellbinders die. Now this flower back here, this was also part of the background on the paper, and I just took my X-Acto knife, I fussy cut that out, and I popped that up just to bring the photo in to the paper a little bit more. I have a whole bunch of sprays. This flower here was given to me by my cousin Yuka. Thank you, Yuka. She gave me a whole bunch of these. So I believe these are, oh my goodness, I forgot the name of that flower. Oh my, I just drew a blank. Calla lilies, yeah. And I have some of those teeny tiny rosebuds in lavender there. I have this little carnation, some of the sweet blossoms, and again some more of these Prima flowers. And that particular flower was from a different set, which was this one right here, also in my stash. And this is called Sugar Blooms. And I have some more of those Sugar Blooms here. And this lace and pearl trim here, this is also by Prima. And that was the one that I picked up earlier that I was sharing with you, the Say It in Pearls. And I believe this one was given to me by Janelle in Iraq, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't write my names on my stuff back then, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like so lost and confused. And this little wooden embellishment butterfly here, this is by Kaisercraft. And I have the little swirls coming out of the butterfly. Again, another chipboard treatment that I sprayed with my glimmer mist. I added some flat back pearls to the ends. And this also came from that stamp set my sister gave me. It says, "Love Your Smile." And this border here, this was also a Spellbinders die. Um, it was one of the big, large rectangle dies. This one right here. And this one is called Majestic Elements. And I used that one right there. And then over here, I tucked in some of that butterfly trim that I punched out with that Martha Stewart border trim punch. And I just put a piece here. I put a little piece there. And that's pretty much it, guys. So Heather, these are my, oh, and I put a little, one of those little Spellbinders leaves there. These are my layouts. I have purple. I have lace. I have your bling. And I most certainly have lots and lots of flowers. So I hope you all enjoyed my project. If you have any questions or comments, I'm at a different camera angle here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. I sure hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I sure hope you get to craft and have some fun. And be blessed. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.